All right, Shalom. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors go out to our apostles and elders, great millstone to rule and teach well. All right, Shalom, wa baraking to you, brothers and sisters out there, man. I was going to go live on YouTube, but it said I'm not eligible, so I got to look into that, see why that is. But anyways, the topic of this lesson is going to be Israelite foreigners. Which is a topic that, periodically I like to touch into. I mean, it shouldn't really be that surprising as to why that is. But I guess a good place to start, go ahead and start with numbers. Well, let's see. Yeah. So I guess real quick, before I read that scripture, I'm going to go ahead and get this definition, because according to the Bible, matter of fact, let me get this scripture first. I got two scriptures before I get that. This is Sirach chapter 11 and verse 2. And this is one of my favorite scriptures regarding this topic. It says, Sirach or Ecclesiastes 11 and 2, it says, commend not a man for his beauty, neither abhor a man for his outward appearance. All right. So it just goes to further solidify the point that this is not a thing of skin complexion, hair texture, eye color, none of that. All right. This is a thing of seed line, patrilineal, okay, which is the definition that I'm going to get into. But before I do that, because of course, at the end of the day, regardless of what black only Israelites want to say, so-called, black only Israelites, or, even Jake that, may accept so-called Latinos and Native Americans, but they don't believe on Israelites looking like other nations. Well, technically speaking, according to the Bible, none of us can prove that we're Israelites, in terms of carnally. None of us have the records. So the only thing that confirms that we're Israelites is essentially our faith, really our faith, because we believe in the Bible. We believe that, well, I mean, of course, we've seen as well the curse in Deuteronomy 28, how they've affected us, but really, it just all goes to faith. It all goes to the spirit within you, how you maneuver, how you act, your personality, things you went through throughout your life. That's what indicates that you are indeed an Israelite, all right, from whatever respective tribe it may be. So this is Romans 8:16. It says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. So this is all about the Spirit. Okay, it's not about anything else, because there's not a single man on this planet or a woman that has the records tracing their lineage back to Judah, back to Ephraim, back to Gad, back to Benjamin. It doesn't, it's not out there. Okay. So this is Numbers 1 and 18. I'm going to read the scripture, then I'm going to go ahead and get the definition. It says, and they, well, actually, let me share my screen too to show you where I'm at. I should have bended that, really. Slacking for that. Let's do it like this. All right, so this is Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. It says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, by their polls. Okay, so it said, declare their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. Let's go into that word, pedigrees. Okay, it says, and they declared their pedigrees H3205. All right, and it's Yalad. All right, Yalad. It says, not really giving us much in terms of what pedigree really means. go ahead and just do it the old-fashioned way, I guess you could say. Really not the old-fashioned way because it's all new, using web search and all that, but you know what I mean. Pedigree, it says the record of descent of an animal showing it to be purebred. Right here, this is what it is. Second one. The recorded ancestry, especially upper class ancestry of a person or a family. All right, so your ancestry is determined through your father. All right, now everybody knows that Moses, his wife, was not an Israelite. Okay, but yet his sons were. Why is that? Because it's based upon your father. All right, it should be in Chronicles. There we go. First Chronicles 23 and 14. Now concerning Moses, the man of God, and what tribe is Moses from? Levi. All right, he was a Levite. His sons were named of the tribe of Levi. Why? Because he was. The sons of Moses were Gershom and Eleazar. Okay. Another example. One of my favorite examples, if I could spell, in Kings. I think it's First Kings. First Kings 14 and 21. And Rehoboam, which was the son of Solomon, well, just need to keep reading. And Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, reigned in Judah. Rehoboam was 40 and 1 years old, so 41 years old, when he began to reign, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which Yahweh did choose out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there. All right, now here's the point of why I'm bringing this out. And his mother's name, Rehoboam, his mother's name was Naamah, an Ammonitess. Ammonitess. H5985. Oops. Bugged out. Okay, I see what I'm doing now. So I gotta press this. H5985. Looks like I'm a Wanyath. I'm a Wanyath. That's what it looks like. I'm a Wanyath. Sometimes I'm not too certain, when the vowel is there or not. They don't have the connectors and all that, but yeah, that's what it is. Because this says this should be I'm a one right here. I'm a one, which is Ammon. I'm pretty sure I'm a one. So I'm a one Yath. I'm pretty sure the Yath is what makes it talking about a woman. So I'm a one should be Ammon, which was descendant of Lot, which is the progenitor of the so-called Japanese today. And the Yath, I'm pretty sure, makes it into a woman. So it says Ammonitis, see Ammon, tribal, a woman of Ammon. So she was a Japanese woman, modern day, right? But yet, Rehoboam was an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. If he wasn't an Israelite, and if he wasn't from the tribe of Judah, why the hell would the elders and chief priests and all that of the nation of Israel at the time allow him to be king over Israel? It's against the law for a heathen to reign over Israel, for you to put up a heathen over you. He was an Israelite. That's why, because it's determined by your father. You can't get around that. I just showed you two examples of two men that have heathen wives, but yet their children are Israelites. Two wives that ain't of the nation Israel. Not to mention Ruth, right? She was a Moabite, but yet King David, and even further down, Yahweh Shai, they're Israelites from the tribe of Judah. So, wait, let me check that real quick. It was, it was before King David, right? No, it was after King David. I'm gonna fact check it. I'm not definitely not perfect. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah. Because King David, if both your parents had to be an Israelite, then King David wouldn't be an Israelite. So Khan, I was correct in that, which means Yahweh Shai wouldn't be an Israelite. So explain that. Ruth was a Moabite. Okay. Not to mention, brothers constantly bring out Joseph. His what was his wife was the son of Potiphar, if I'm not mistaken. So his wife was a Mizraimite, all right, from the nation of Matazarium. But yet you had Manasseh and Ephraim. Well, Ephraim and Manasseh. Manasseh was the firstborn, but Ephraim was given the firstborn blessing. So Ephraim and Manasseh, right? But nonetheless, they're Israelites. All right, not to mention, the list just goes on and on, man. You know, but this is how we determine race according to the Bible. Okay, patrilineal. Patrilineal. I don't know if you can hear that. Let me just turn this up. How rock is that? Ain't too loud, brothers. I'm not trying to blow nobody's eardrum out. Patrilineal. Patrilineal. It's actually a word that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai came across a few years back. But it says relating to or based on relationship to the father or descent through the male line. Okay. So it comes from basically paternal and lineal. Excuse me, Salaki. So basically, the word means your father's lineage. All right. So this would be an example. Pull up some examples here. Boom. All right. So let's say this is you down here. Let's see if I can make that a little bigger. Oh, here goes bullshit. Let me try to zoom in on this jump right here. All right. So let's say this is you down here. Okay. It doesn't matter what any of these people are right here. Literally. And that's crazy because it's like you look at it, it's like, well, that's most of the family tree. Doesn't matter. All right. The Lord, because the men, they got the farming tool. They plant their seed into the woman, like it even goes into Wisdom of Solomon. That's where it is. I think it's the 7th chapter. King Solomon talked about how you're the seed of man, right? And all the lineages in the Bible go through the men. They're patrilineal. All right. So if you look closely at what I'm saying, if you can see my mouse, everybody right here that I'm circling does not matter in terms of your race. Okay. Of course, your sister wouldn't matter either. So let's say this is you. And let's say this man up here, your great great grandfather, is a Zebulonite. He's Guatemalan. But you look like a Hamite, or you look like a Moabite, or you look like a Edomite, so-called white person like me, or whatever the case may be. And let's say all these are heathens right here. All the ones that I circled are heathens. It doesn't matter because your seed goes back all the way up here to Zebulon. Okay. And that's what I was saying at the beginning. Nobody has these type of records. Most barely know their father, man, let alone their great great grandfather, and even your double G grandfather is nowhere near the time period of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and the 12 patriarchs. So you damn sure, even if you go all the way up, if you're able to have this lineage right here, even if you can go back 1,000 years, you're not going to be able to go back to Genesis. You see? So it's all based upon the spirit. It's not based upon look. So when somebody comes up, especially somebody that looks so-called white, because you got to understand, man, if they were an Edomite, they damn sure ain't going to understand this word. All right. None of the heathen nations will cleave onto Yahweh by Shemal Shai with fear and trembling. and teach this word and believe on this word and pray to the names of Yahweh Shemel Shai, it won't happen. Okay? But damn sure not no Edomite. All right, they are the wicked. They are literally the last people on the planet Earth that would ever accept the truth for what it is. Once again, no heathens can come into this truth. You know, it's like a spiritual filter, if you will. So, like, it's like a spiritual filter, if you will. You know, but damn sure no Edomite is going to come into this truth, man. This is Daniel 12:10, because they're the wicked. It says, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly. But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. None of the wicked shall understand. Malachi 1:4. Edomites are known as the wicked. Edom today is predominantly the so-called Caucasoid race, the so-called white man. They cannot receive this truth. There's no like Yahushua said to those wicked Israelites. What is that? John 8:44. The year of your father, the devil. The truth doesn't abide in him. All right, so none of these Edomites, it doesn't abide in them either. Okay, you know, that's just really, if you will, common sense. It wouldn't make any sense for an Edomite to be out there holding a sign or speaking, you know, hell, being an elder, even, you know, because I'm pretty sure you got some brothers that look so-called white in Great Millstone that are elders, or in, you know, at least one, I'm sure. You really think that an Edomite is going to get to the status of an elder, being for 10 plus years, prophesying and telling, you know, how Esau Edom is going to be destroyed and he hates their guts, but he's an Edomite? That doesn't make any sense, right? That wouldn't make any sense. And Apostle Ari Amla made a video talking about the wheat and the tares. And what Jake don't understand is the wheat and the tares, it's like, bro, they what that means is the tares, which are, you know, Edomites that look like Jake, look like so-called black people, that they don't look, it's not going to be obvious. So-called white people can't be tares because they look nothing like Jake. You know, it's talking about Israelites, especially, you know, so-called black features in an Edomite that essentially is chocolate covered through it being a product of rape. You see? So just like how you have tares amongst the nation of Israel, you know, amongst all the tribes you have tares, you have Israelite foreigners among all the tribes. All right. Especially, you know, just in my honest opinion, for, well, hell, I can't even say that. I was gonna say, you know, especially dealing with so-called white looking, it'd probably be Judah, you know, or the Southern Kingdom, but the Northern Kingdom too. They did a lot of mixing with the Spaniards. You see, but just because you're born within the borders of Mexico doesn't mean that you're automatically an Israelite, and it doesn't mean you're an Israelite either. You know, the 12 tribe sign is accurate, but it doesn't mean that literally everybody on the island of Puerto Rico is an Ephraimite. You know, it doesn't mean literally everybody that looks black is Israelite, what so-called black. You know, it's just a general dwelling place of the tribe. It's essentially used as you know, like a billboard. You know, you see yourself on there, you're intrigued. Okay, so don't think that, you know, for all those that may not fit, you know, a byword that's on the sign, so it's, you know, Negro or Dominican or whatever. Don't let that discourage you and make you think, okay, well, this ain't for me. No, because it very well could be for you. You know, but your friend standing next to you, he fuck around and he's Jamaican, but he's really Edomite. You know, Bob Marley. Now, Bob Marley is an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin, but what a lot of people don't know is that his father is so-called white. Now, his father is an Israelite foreigner, so, you know, like I said, Bob Marley's still an Israelite. He's a Benjamite, I believe, but nobody, you know, a lot of people didn't know that, and that's how a lot of tears are in there. You know, a lot of these Jake, you got Jake out there that, you know, especially black on the Israelites, they'll reject people that look like me who believe on the truth, but they got a, you know, a close dude with them, you know, somebody they're buddy with, and that guy's not even an Israelite. He just looks like one, you know. And before you know it, he's going he's going to have him hanging from a tree in these last days. And it just goes to show that, you know, you don't base it upon looks. Okay. Um Let me go ahead and get one more and I'll close it because I really don't want to make this too long. I know brothers got things they got to do. Top of that, in all honesty, the point has been made. There's Ezra chapter 2, verse 59, and this is during the time of the Second Temple rebuild. All right, the reason I bring this out is because it just goes to furthermore show that it's all about your father's lineage. All right, it says Ezra 2 and 59. It says, and these were they which went up from Tel Malah, Tel Harsa, Cherub, Adon, and Immer, but they cannot shew their father's house and their seed, whether they were of Israel. So because they didn't have the the records, they didn't have it in the books, they couldn't come with. Doesn't mean that they weren't Israelites, they just couldn't prove it. Like I was saying, realistically, none of us today can prove it, so it's all based upon the spirit. Okay? So that was basically it. Well, hell, let me get this too. Leviticus 19. Leviticus 19 and 15, ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. It's not righteous to judge somebody based upon how they look. All right, we don't hate Esau Edom because he's leprous. We hate him because he's the wicked. We hate him because he hates us. Right? Jake was over here chilling at peace in the Western Hemisphere and in West Africa, and lo and behold, Esau Edom, the devil, the wild man, comes along and rape, robs, and murders us wherever we're at. We can never get rest from this nigga. There's another one I had in mind. Damn. Man, Salakia. I can't remember where it was at. So I just pulled Leviticus. Oh, okay, I got it. Wadi Al Bashmal Shai. How does it go? First, no. Ain't it? Matter of fact, I'm just gonna wing it here. I think it's 1 Samuel 16 and 17. Nope, it's definitely not that. Damn, I was close. 16 and 7. 1 Samuel 16 and 7, it says, but Yahweh said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For Yahweh seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but Yahweh looketh on the heart. See, Yahweh Shemel Shai knows who is and who isn't his people. Okay? And he doesn't base upon looks. So, Lord willing, this was edifying to elect. Before I close, I want to give all praise, glory, and infinite honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha HaKodash. The honors go out to the apostles, elders, great millstone, rule and teach well. Shalom, more Barak, and to you, brothers and sisters out there, man. Shalom.